Virtua Fighter 4.
Virtua Fighter 4.
Well, what she said, except she said it nicer. Aw. We are going to play some Lei-Fei. And I think I already have a Lei-Fei player file. I was just looking at my memory card on the system browser thing, and each of these character files, which is what these are, takes 32 kilobytes. The AI character files take 600 kilobytes each. So, but you can make plenty of player ones. So here's my Lei-Fei. 10th queue, so I didn't take him in Kumite yet, and Kumite is what we're doing today. I did win an item though, so I must have won that in versus mode. You can still win items just sort of randomly from well, I was fighting my AI Lei-Fei, I think, probably, and won the item, so that was cool. I should go check out what that is actually. I hope my frame rate isn't skipping here. My computer seems to be objecting to something. It's okay now. Okay. Item. Wooden greaves. Yeah, okay. I forget how you pick what. I guess you do that on character select. Just make. Oh. Well. Well, I mean, kind of ugly. Yeah, let's just go with the laces and socks. Whatever you can call that, I don't know. Now you can change colors. And then they've got these coordinates. Oh, so do you have to unlock those? I guess you do. They must unlock pretty quickly, maybe with lower rank. Some of that really ranks. Oh wow, so you have to unlock colors too. I was so, alright, so I can't get out. Back up. Dang it. Help. So I don't have any colors for, alright, fine. This won't tell me my moves, will it? I just want to see my move list. From there. Huh. Well, that's not helpful. And you can't see while you're playing, which is not very helpful either. That is like in Kumite mode or something, so I guess it's gonna make me slip all the way into training mode.
Command training.
What if I do free training, if you can just pull it up in there? And I think you hold, yeah, you hold start to switch costumes. Oh, I didn't look at, that's kind of a cool costume, I guess. Less sweepy and flowing. Whatever. Here's the training stage. You can unlock this. I think I did unlock this actually.
Go!
I forget how. Yeah, actually, I think if I tabbed around the outside of the Oh, there wasn't. Well, if I go to Versus and there's a stage select screen, I think I can find it on there. Oh, Cage, you're so twitchy. Oh, here's the command list. That's what we want. Oh boy, is it all just in one single list? I just want to see... Specifically, I want to see throws. Ah. Oh, jeez. Oh boy, they did not make this easy to... Oh boy. It's not throws. Gotta look for punch and guard. Jeez. So these look like throws. Okay. Huh. Is that all the throws he's got? Well, anyway, what I was mostly looking for is to see if he has throws on a crouching opponent, but it does not look like it. Or even throws on a prone opponent, someone you knock down. But it doesn't look like it. That's just something I always wonder about. Oh, that's the end of the move list. So move lists not as big overall as they are in Virtua Fighter 5, which is not surprising. Alright, well that was kind of scary. What else is in here? Speed settings, display settings. Oh. Whoa. Motion information. Jeez. It's doing everything on. Number graph. Sure. Oh. Man. That's cool. That's pretty precise for showing where your timing occur. Wow. All the colored things down to 1P2. I guess that's the motion lines or something. It was. I don't know. That's pretty technical. Ring settings. Whoa. Alright, well, I really just wanted to see my throw list. Just to know. And back. My sunglasses got steamed up or something. I don't know. Weird. Okay, so Kumite is what we're doing. This brutal mode where you just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. Do my alternate costume just to be cool. And starting off at the beginning rank, so this is it. So this would become quest mode in Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, and it's also quest mode in Virtua Fighter 5. But here it's still called Kumite, and you don't go around to virtual arcades or anything. You just fight. The game keeps sending you randomized opponents, kind of based on your current rank. Buttons? I think they're okay. Something weird. No. So our first opponent is a Jackie at 9th cube. Not the most fearsome guy you're gonna meet. Stuck. My control's weird somehow. I don't know what's going on. Oh, easy there, buddy. the fights are all 3 rounds to win. You can't change that. In 4 Evolution, they made the fights just 2 rounds to win, which I'm not a big fan of, because it doesn't give you a lot of chance to come back if you have a bad round. Or 2. Stop it! Now, I was just looking at Jackie's moves, or Lei-Fei's moves, and I was in training mode, but I haven't actually done his command list because I'm just trying to feel him out, see what I can discover on my own. I sort of prefer to do things that way, I guess. Oh! Jeez, I hate that auto parry. That's Jackie, and then they introduced Vanessa in 4, who also has an auto parry when you do a mid punch like this, and it's pretty annoying. Man, this is going badly. Oh, it's my first fight, and I'm blowing a lead. I'm getting stuck in stances or something. Lei-Fei's, of course, he's the stance master. He's got all these different stances he can go into, and I don't know any of them at the moment. I learned a couple when I was training my Lei-Fei AI, but I've managed to forget all that stuff already. Well, I mushed something out. Can't even call that mashing. That was mushing. Well, I can laugh it off now, I guess. Or chuckle it off. It's kind of an evil chuckle. Lei-Fei is actually supposed to be an evil character. That's his story. That's as much as I know of it.
Here I come.
It's kind of interesting. Usually player characters aren't exactly evil, but he's supposed to be evil. He's a bad dude. Okay, that's good. That's good. Look, that was went in a little too hard there. I'm fighting a lot of Bryants. Jackie and now his sister Sarah. Good throw range. And I always have to remember, I was just playing 5 Final Showdown with Lau, but throws in 4 are much faster. I think it's like 8 frames instead of 12 frames in 5 Final Showdown. So you can get it throwing a lot quicker than you can in those games, so I have to keep that in mind. They're much more useful, really. And then you go back to 5 and you find yourself getting punched when you try to do a throw because they're 50% slower. Hi! I feel like my AI was when I was training him. He kind of looked like this at the beginning. And then I left him fighting in Kumite overnight, and he got a lot better all of a sudden. Now, I'm not going to fight for 8 hours straight, so I can't aspire to that kind of quick turnaround. What rank was he in the morning? I think he was like 4th Dan or something, which is probably higher than I've ever got, or just about.
Ready,
Whoop. Oh, I thought I was blocking. Mobius, this is a very important fight. Don't screw me up. Oh, shoot. I feel like I'm stuck on something. It's weird. Jeez. Stop it. Stop doing stuff. Now, one thing that is a little strange about the controls in 4, potentially, is that you can you can map controls separately per character file, so it's possible that I have something screwed up in this Lei-Fei character file as far as the stick control goes. I don't know what that could be, but I'm like getting stuck trying to do a diagonal or something, or come out of a diagonal. Well, tell me what, when I lose, I'll go back and check. Whoops. Hey, I got promoted. Oh. Okay. This high-ranking 7Q man. Now he's getting spammed by stupid attacks by me. Just poke at him nervously. There was one stance. There we go. There's this stance, and then oh, sweet. No, too slow. I don't want to just stand there holding my buns. Yeah. Ha! Oh, oh, I was gonna do that. Oh no, I got confused. He threw me around so much, I thought I was him, and he was me. I like this music. I don't usually like just sort of guitar riffs, but something about this one is kind of charming. Is that guitar? I don't know. I don't know how music works. See, I can't move forward off of that. It seems so weird. Is that just how Lei-Fei moves in this game? I don't remember it happening when I was training my Lei-Fei before, but I think I'm just tripping balls. I just need to shape up. Wow. No, this is the stupid lightning flashing Coliseum. Now we'll see how my eyeballs get. Dang it. When in doubt, low punch. Crouch and punch. It's fast, it's got pretty good range. Nothing beats it. Oh, well, that might. Yeah, Lei-Fei, I think it's just Lei-Fei. It's difficult to come out of a crouching punch with Lei-Fei, I guess. I guess that's my problem. Or any crouch. That's not the button that does stuff. Oh! I meant to throw him, but I'll take it. Poke, poke. Now, up until, I think until you get to first stand, you can't lose rank, I don't think. I think I read that in a fact. Why aren't my throws working now? This is just nuts. I think something is up with my buttons. Something. I'm gonna have to go check this out. I did throws earlier, though. What the heck? And I haven't lost yet, so Oh, can't be that bad. Kakata Tome indeed, sir. Upside down. It's funny because Sean, of course, can stand on his head and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Get enough drinks in him. Whoa! Wow. Don't make me... Oh, there's a stance. I was gonna say, don't make me pull my booty touching stance. My own booty, I mean. There we go. It's coming. Are you ready? Oh no! Well, this follow-up managed to... Okay, that throw worked. Alright. This stuff works. Lei-Fei, you're confusing until I figure out these stances. Kick me in the face and stand on one foot. Oh no! I thought he took a drink there, but he's got... He blows alcohol free. That was cool. Oh man. I always want like a jump forward kick, but I'm not sure Lei-Fei has one. So I wonder what rank... There's no... In quest modes in 4 Evolution and 5, you like earn money as you win certain fights and tournaments and various things. There's no tournaments in this, there's no money. You sometimes will win an item when you win a match. I think it tells you beforehand it's an item match. And you get an item if you win. But yeah, so it's just sometimes you get items, sometimes you don't. There's no rank meter that you can see. There is some kind of formulas going on, and I was trying to guess at them in an earlier, trying to remember what I read in the FAQ, and I don't remember, but it's complicated, and I think gets pretty darn difficult, because it's something like, at least in later ranks, it's really easy to fall down in rank, and pretty rare to get a chance to go up in rank. You have to face certain characters of certain ranks and various requirements. Man, this is actually a fun match. Vanessa is such a strange character to fight. I don't like. I can't grab her. Dang it. She can grab me. Oh, then she grabs me that way, too. Oh, boy. Oh, I was trying to do my butt touching stance, and I couldn't get it working. Just wanted to spin around and hold my own butt cheek. Nope, it's not doing it. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I'll just wiggle the stick around in circles and push buttons until stuff happens. Yeah. Well, there I have to wiggle the stick. Oh, I should have thrown her. Nope. There. Shoot. Yeah. Smacko. But this game really has its own rhythm compared to 5. It's I think characters can take a little less damage. I think it's like 200 hit points versus 240 in Virtua Fighter 5 games, I think. But anyway, matches seem to go faster. Characters have less move variety, but there's still a lot of variety. Still a lot of strategy and kind of increased urgency, and it just seems like the moves they do have seem to be more direct type of moves. They didn't have a lot of animation space to screw around with. Totally crazy. animations and kind of superfluous stuff. So it just seems like a more, slightly more boiled down and brutal game. It's funny too because you don't really get a crowd this size. I guess there is there's the wrestling ring in 5. It has a lot of people around it. But the wrestling ring, I was thinking of Takahashi. Oh no, I was thinking of El Blaze's ring. That has a lot of people around it, doesn't it? It seems like there are a lot of people. Maybe they're sort of disguised. Or yeah, Yowie Owie. I like that. They're riffing on how you pronounce her name, or one of the pronunciations you can use. And I think it's the one that's definitely easier for Americans to grasp, at least for me. The other one is AOA or something. Man, there are a lot of ranking matches. This is way more. I guess it's because I haven't. Oh no, I have lost twice. Well, I don't know why it's so many ranking matches. I was playing with Lau. I started at 7th Lau, or 7th Q when I was in my last Lau session though, so I guess that's why I didn't set quite as many. Bam! Lion clone. Shoot! Just used his body to smash that wall. Sweet. You're in trouble, Lion clone. I am in a rhythm. Right yellow shiny suit he's got on there. Ooh. To be truthful though, Clone Lion, I would kind of like a shiny suit like that versus my sort of drabbled traditional garb here. But just have to make do. You do get, well, as I was saying, you do get items and accessories and stuff, as you could see in that configuration menu I was in at the beginning. But you don't get more than the two, the main costume and the sub-costume type. It's not like in, say, 5, where each character has 4 different costume types, and then Final Showdown, where each character has 8? 6 and 8?
Come on.
Probably 6. I don't remember now. But 8 seems like a lot. Whoa! Oh, that flash at the beginning. Keep staring right at it and getting blinded. 4th Q, Sarah. Oh, I remember you because you've got this, like a Chinese name or something, which is interesting. So you don't get the crazy costume variety in the opponents that you get. Wait a second, did I lose in this session? I already have those losses. Maybe I dipped into... Oh, maybe that counts versus losses. I'll have to go back and look at the tape. I bet that does count versus losses. Oh, I should have thrown. I was not doing a throw. I still feel like something's weird with my buttons. Man, this is as far as I got in my whole session with Lau Chan the other day, from 7th Q. I only got down to 3rd, and here I'm already from 10th down to competing for 2nd. This is crazy. I guess it must be because I haven't lost yet. And the game thinks, man, this guy must be really good, we gotta get him up to whatever rank he needs to be at as quick as we can. Oh, I'm gonna burst its bubble pretty soon, I'm sure. You know, we'll take some rank ups. Because, like, I don't think you can lose rank until you get to first stand. So these ranks are gonna stay with me, baby. I mean, I think I would get to these eventually anyway without any kind of statistical thing on my side as it may be at the moment. Whoop. Due to my win streak. Yeah, it said 10 wins. Okay, 10 wins. Kind of brutalizing Senorita. Senorita.
Ready, go!
Stop it! Oh, I didn't like that. It's just gonna kick me and tell me my name. Dang. Oh, so that was like a... That sound is like... It's kind of a parry or something. I need to figure out what that is precisely, but... It's sort of a way to brush off an attack. It signifies that you've deflected an attack. Maybe that's a better word. Some kind of deflection. Ah, I got a item. Looked like that little chest in the lower left corner. Man. Jeez. This is nuts. So I guess if you want to rank up real fast, just go on a big win streak right from the start. Wait a second, why do we have the same colors? This is confusing. Oh, he just did a deflect to me. Oh, this could be trouble. Bald Eagle, nice. Bald Eagle, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I have no idea what I'm doing. So... that was total luck. I was just mashing. I thought I wasn't gonna reach him for a second.
Fight two. Ready, go!
Oh, okay, I remember that move from training. I don't remember how they could do it. Nice throw. Throw from behind. Okay, my mashing is definitely reaching the end of its usefulness. Oh! Did he just block? Is that... Yeah, he just... Ah.
Fight three. Ready, go!
Pulled a spiffy move on me. And I just punched him in the junk. Oh! Wow. Well, Bald Eagle, just remember, fancy moves do not necessarily beat a good punch in the balls. Or in the shin. Or just running up on your face and kicking you. Whoa! Uh-oh. Well, this is trouble. Big trouble now. Fancy moves may be winning over kicks in the balls. There's some fancy move. Shoot! Whoa, don't do that. Keep kicking him in the shin, that's it. Whoa! Just gonna keep doing that. That's what I was trying to do. Man, we chewed up that snow pretty good, Bald Eagle. I got first and off and another item. So... First Dan, what was that? I think I unlocked the Virtua Fighter 1 style character model.
Fight one. Ready, go!
Oh, and now I'm officially in Dan territory, so I'm fighting the third Dan character. There's a Don, I don't know, I would think Dan, but that's probably just my lazy American pronunciation. I'm gonna keep doing it though. Till I hear better, which is unlikely. It's not like I actually talked to anybody audibly about this. That was brutal. Thanks, Fire Ants. That's a nice name, too. Holy cow. Yeah, this is trouble. I don't know how many times I can kick you in the shin, but probably not enough to make up for this rest of this brutal beating. Whoa, that was almost cool. Ooh, nice evade. Watch this. Shatter punch. No! Shatter punch. Oh no. Look at me just flailing away at her midriff uselessly. Yeah. Oh, I wanted that. Nice throw. Well, this is it. It's the closer. Conk. That was a good win streak. So now I think if you don't continue, you go back to main menu. I'm a real Virtua Fighter. Okay, well, cool. So yeah, I guess my other wins and losses were from versus mode, probably. It's interesting too because if you wait long enough, it auto forwards past little prompts like that. If it'll do it on this one. If I wait long enough, will it just go ahead of its own accord? It's handy because if you put an AI character you've made into Kumite mode and they lose, they will get that little prompt for quitting or whatever, continuing after a witch, but then it'll sit there for a minute, but then it'll skip past it and go on to the next and act as if it hit continue. So you can just leave your AI in Kumite mode overnight. But it doesn't seem to be skipping this, so that's different, but whatever. Okay, so
Settings.
yeah, yes. Now, very hard is just for arcade. You can't change any difficulty for Kumite mode. It just tries to match you up with somebody your own rank, basically. And then we'll send you tougher characters to see if you can beat them. So that's alright. Punch kick, so it's all good, and you can't actually change how the stick operates, so I don't know what. I think it's just something to do with how Lei-Fei works. It feels a little strange. Unless I broke my joystick just before I started playing this, but that seems unlikely. It was working fine making costumes in Final Showdown. I'm sure it's fine. I just gotta get used to how Lei-Fei works. Double check, guard, punch, kick. Now, something that I'll have to look at an arcade layout again, because I think sometimes sometimes they have it goes punch, kick, and then guard, but for some reason I always thought it should be guard, punch, kick. I don't know why. I don't know. That's what I'm used to now. Oh, where would you... Oh, right, you hold... I think you keep holding punch and kick when you pick your character. So we'll try that and see if we get what I think I might get. Although, I'm going to have to go to...
System file.
No.
Data files.
Okay, file, let's check out some of this swag I just got myself. In Kumite mode. All those little treasure boxes. Those must have been one item each, so what was that, 3? 2 or 3? Well, it didn't say I got it. Oh, it says it here, I think. No? Maybe I'm fooling myself? I already had those. Oops. Well, I think I screwed up. Unless... no, that's not it. I have to... Oh, there we go. Oh, maybe it was colors? Those treasure boxes must have been something. Treasure chests. That's the word people use. Oh, well I don't think I had colors before, did I? Although I think I was looking at one player, but I'll go back and check that. So now this confuses me. Oh, I guess this is, so if this is a coat, then default is yellow? But which part is coat? Ah, this is all confusing. Default is white. The whole default thing is confusing. Oh, so there's that. Oops. Back out of this for a sec. And then there's coordinates. So these are like pre-set color sets. So the default should just be what I was in before. Maybe? I don't know. Then they have various pre-configured sets of colors they put together for you. These aren't super thrilling exactly, but I guess they're coordinated. That's okay. Yeah. You know who puts yellow boots with purple pants and a green coat? That's like super villain style. What? Was that the same as 4? It was just slightly different. Yeah, okay, it was different. Well, I don't know about those. Let's see. So is that, why does it, so it said yellow there, but it didn't really look yellow. Is yellow that gray-green? I guess it is. Go figure. I keep getting circle to back up, but circle does not back up. Take triangle or square. Oh, there's green. Blue's kind of nice. Brown's alright. Gray's okay. Gray's okay. Well, default's okay. I don't know. Let's start with shoes. What's default mean? Yellow? Oh, so the other things are the greaves or shin covers? So is default yellow or is yellow... Well, yellow is different than default. Oh, so confusing. Blue. And brown. It's okay. Oh. I wonder if I still need to unlock some of these. Whoa, that's kind of cool. So is default the same as yellow? Because it sure looked yellow. No, default's white. And that looks kind of cool too, but this is an interesting look that's at least a little different. Sweet, now I'm a ninja. I think I want to keep these so I keep looking like a ninja. Silver though. Is that just the whitish color? No, it's actually kind of silver. Purple, I think I saw those on the coordinate. Brown Ninja. Wait a second. I guess that's what it was. Okay. So it was default silver? I don't know. Brown Ninja, baby. Brown. I want to go with something different on this one. Blue, probably not. It's okay. Green? Maybe I'll just be a shrub. Yeah, and I look like Nature Boy. Probably not yellow. Not big on yellow usually. Ugh, look at that. Ugh. Mustard? I don't know. Gray. Gray's kind of pleasant. This must be the sort of cream color, which is alright. Gee. Okay, not that. Nah. That's okay. Yeah, it's probably like that a little better. Okay. We still have these. These are gonna screw up my cool brown coordination going on down there. Can't have that. It's kind of weird looking, but hey, it's different. Makes me look a little different than the standard Lei-Fei, so I'll take it. Ah, back out. Triangle. So I guess I really didn't. So were those chests just to show colors? Is that showing that? Oh wait, I wonder if we can check it in here. Yeah. So maybe it was those things, those three things. VF1 character, old wind bows. I forget how you do that. Training stage 1, which I think you would have to be on a versus mode or something where you have a character or a stage select screen. VF1 character, I think I know how to do. I think you hold punch and kick after choosing your character on the character select screen, I think. I may have that wrong. It should work in Kumite mode. That's all there is on the status. The AI characters have like a bunch of status subscreens that can show which moves they've learned, which is really cool. Anyway, I guess that's all you got when you're a player character. Change nothing, you sir are perfect. Okay, I can take that. Well, there's a lot of stats, I'm not gonna look through all those now. Let's get back into Kumite with my sweet brown socks and shoes. And, well actually that won't matter if I do manage to switch back to my VF1 model, or to my VF1 model. We don't need to worry about that right now. Okay. So, but wait a second. So would I do it here? Yes, so hold this and then punch kick. Come on, baby. Come on. I've seen it before once for Lei-Fei. because my AI character got high enough rank to unlock it. Nope, that ain't it. Unless that's the opponent. Dang it.
Fight one.
Maybe...
Ready,
Oh, maybe you, Alright, I'm just too distracted by thinking about this now. Maybe... What if that counts as a loss? I don't care.
Kumite.
Okay, one more try for not holding the start button. Maybe that turns it off. Thought I did it in Kumite with a character file. Maybe that doesn't work, but let's find out. Oh wait, I wasn't holding punch and kick, I was holding kick and guard, or punch and guard, so let's try holding actual punch and kick this time as well as start. Because there may be two versions of the VF1 model, one for the old costume, one for the new costume. It's not doing anything now. Maybe I have to release start? Oh, I don't know. Maybe... Oh, because it's the... What I have set up as the guard button is the select button. Okay, so I'll hold start, hit select, and then immediately hit punch and kick and hold those. Okay. Jeez. Basic button function is eluding me at the moment. Maybe this will work. No, why? Okay. Next thing to try. Oh, it's apple pie, I remember her. Is, last thing I can think of on my own to try is not holding start. Maybe that's throwing it off. So let's not worry about start, and we'll just press and hold punch and kick. Uh-oh. So that time it did select. Well, yeah, that's weird. Maybe it's because I was holding start before. In that case, I might have to go redo this because I only hit one of them and then hesitated. Snotberries! Okay, well, I'm learning small things here on this weird. I think this was the way you do it. I mean, something like this. Only punch and kick buttons, but the only other thing I can think is maybe it doesn't work with character files. Okay, that time was a clean press on both punch and kick, and I'm just holding. Fascinating viewing, I'm sure. Oh, my favorite stage. He said sarcastically. There it is! Oh yeah! Are you ready to ride the lightning, bald eagle? There are no textures on me, baby. Actually, I think they did cheat with a few textures on the faces. At least they did in Virtua Fighter 10th Anniversary, which uses a similar look. I do like, though, how... Oh! Like, the lighting just looks cool. It's a little hard, it's a little subtle in this stage, but... I think it just looks cool on the flat polys. Ah! Punch. Boot. Can't beat these polys. I'm pure, baby. We're going old school, older school than you thought we could go. You thought we were new to this game? No way. We just did some revisionist history. We were in VF1. We've been fighting since 94 or whatever it was. Oh, you got me. You got me good. Maybe I should stop smack talking. You can't stop smack talking. Oh, nice. Dang it. Should've thrown an evade in there, probably. Like how I did the same move. Ah! Dang it, I thought sure that would work. Oh, shoot. Oh, he came back on me after all my smack talk. Alright, alright. Oh, my polygons are sad. Just gonna camp it. Oh, guess you better get going. Nice little extra they gave. So I guess they didn't, unless I was hitting it wrong before, I guess they didn't give a VF1 model for each, you know, for 2 costumes per character, which makes sense. Oh man, I'm just gonna keep standing right up right in front of this giant dude who's just gonna kick me. So that's a good strategy, I think. We'll do more of that. Or something else. Oh, that's not going into my stance like I thought it would. No! Oh man, the pain. Wow. I'm beating up my poor little VF1 guy. Can we lose first Dan rank? We'll find out. Oh no! Oh, funk. I did not have it. Did not have the stuff to beat this dude. I was just flailing. Well, maybe after a while. I hope. Maybe I need to calm down a little bit. Get back to feeling good about my moves. Just doing stuff. First cue, alright, I'll take it. Thanks, game. Unless he's just slumming somehow. Ow, ow. That's the thing with Jeffrey, you can take off a lot of damage in no time flat if you get some hits in. Nice.
Ready,
Worked.
ready, go!
Oh, evade did not work. Hello! Like a whale breaching the surface of the ocean there. Keep this up all night, Jeffrey. Oh, okay, well, fine. Oh, I wanted to throw you. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. I don't know who threw who. Maybe we just canceled each other out? Well, I didn't die, so that's something. That's what you do when you're an evil Shaolin monk. Just weird breathing, growling as you flex slowly. Here is this apple pie, or was she? No, that's the other one. Because she's more apple colored, I think. But she is not apple pie. I mean, she'd be like a Granny Smith? Yeah, that's it. That's what we call them. I'll call you Granny Smith. Like, I wonder if the story here is just that I'm a goofball wearing a Halloween costume made of cardboard. Look at that goofball in his cardboard outfit again. I don't know what he thinks he's doing. I'm like, guys, I was here, I'm an OG! This freaking noobie's got his cardboard costume on again. Oh, I'm reaching a little bit. Oh no! Ooh. So she saw the low kick coming, but somehow she didn't see the punch to the chin coming. Well, that's her problem. Oh! Ooh. Oh, I was styling on her for a brief shining moment. Oh no! I should try to do some fancier throws. Well, maybe not right now. All these guys getting down back there. These low poly dudes. Hey, they're my low poly brothers, actually. They're even lower polyer than me. As I get so excited I trip over my tongue polys. So, obviously what... Oh my god! What is happening? Wow! Where did you get that, dude? I don't think they even have that in Virtua Fighter 5. I can't even pay attention to what you're doing to me right now. I'm too excited. Dinner time, you friggin' rule. Oh my gosh. That is the coolest Lau costume ever. I want one so bad. I'll trade you my cardboard OG Lei-Fei costume for your big head baby Lau costume. It's almost like a Cuphead situation. If I win, will you give me your giant Lau baby mask? Baby Lau mask? Lau baby? I don't know. Whichever you want. Whoops. Whoa. Oh no. That one hurts. Oh. Throw does a lot of damage. Oh, crud. Fighting a bunch of lobies now. The game finally realized. Hey, I got another item. Maybe I got that mask. It doesn't work that way, does it? Who wouldn't give me that? No, I'm sure that's only for Laos. But holy cow, oh man, if I could get that for my Lau, I would play this game every day, I freaking swear. Oh, that worked out nicely, I almost look cool. Silent Pie, this is rad. So they did some cool stuff with the names and the looks in this. Now we got like Stealth, Purple and Black, Silent Pie. How cool is that, guys? I'm so excited about this game right now. Like, they didn't have all the super fancy hundreds of pieces that Virtua Fighter 5 games did. And they do, you know? They had some colors, they had some bobble-heads, they had some VF1 models. Hey, and that's... Virtua Fighter 5 doesn't have no VF1 models. That is a good point I just thought of in 4's favor. And these VF models are in Final Evolution, I believe, including ones for Go and Brad, I think. But oh, that's right. But you don't unlock them just by ranking up. They cost, because that game has a shop. You earn money in what Kumite becomes in that game, which is quest mode, and it's more complicated. And there's a shop, and you earn money through various fights, and so you need a lot of money. I forget how much to buy the VF1 to unlock the VF1 costume for your character from the shop.
Fight one. Ready, go!
They are in there. It's just takes a little more work to get them, I guess. Although, you know, getting up to first Dan isn't chicken feed, but I think it probably takes longer than that to earn however much money it wants for them. They made the game a little grindy. See, Kumite is pure baby. I mean, you could say we're grinding for ranks, I suppose, but we're just fighting. Rank is superfluous. That's just a label, man. I just want to beat Slick Shun. That's all I care about right now. Well, now that I got the first stand and got my VF1 costume, obviously, but man, steamrolled. Just keep pumping those fists like a steam engine. I'm just gonna keep doing that, Slick Shun. Oh well, maybe not. Oh man, this game is so rad. This was the first Virtua Fighter game I really got into. I got 3 for Dreamcast not too long before, you know, when these games were coming out. I mean, I guess... Well, no, it was 3 for Dreamcast was something like a launch title in Japan, or something close, which would have been, you know, late 99 or something, right? But then it was delayed for like a year before it came to the States. They did make some fixes. They cleaned up some of the graphical problems, and they added, I think, a versus mode, because the first one didn't have a versus. The Japanese version of Virtua Fighter 3 didn't have a versus mode. I mean, it did, but you had to have one person in arcade mode. One person had to start arcade mode, and then the other person had to, you know, hit the button on their controller, so that was a little clunky. So they added a actual versus thing for people who were freaking out about it, I guess. Oh, well, they did it when it came to the States. But Stumbleina, that's an awesome name for him. Oh, he's already got 4 drinks. Oh man, 4 drinks. 4 drink Shun. Getting dangerous. How many polys do you see, Shun? Where was I going with this story about VF3. So I had VF3 when it, or close to when it came out in the States, I think. I got a Dreamcast. There's a holiday bonus at work. I worked at Monolith Productions on the east side of Seattle, a PC game company. I was just a newbie tester at the time there. Oh, the old days. And so everybody got it. I guess the company was doing all right that year. So everybody could choose. I think it was a Dreamcast or a PS2. Is there a GameCube? I don't know. But I definitely remember Dreamcast and PS2 options, I think. And I think I opted for the Dreamcast. And that was kind of the start of my getting back into consoles. I hadn't been into consoles since I was a little kid, and my brother and I had a NES, really. Then my brother got a SNES later. I think I might have already been... Well, I was more into like Commodore 64 and Amiga. Anyway, but... So really, since the NES, I hadn't been into consoles. But then I got this Dreamcast as a Christmas bonus one year from work. I hadn't been thinking about console games at all, but they'd shown when Dreamcast launched, everybody kind of gathered in the conference room one day because somebody had a launch Dreamcast there, and they had Soul Calibur, and it just looked amazing. I think they also had this Sonic game, whatever that was. It was fast, but Soul Calibur was the one that really was amazing looking. But anyway, so I got a Dreamcast. So I had a Dreamcast anyway. When Virtua Fighter 3 came out, or thereabouts, I got Virtua Fighter 3, and I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, I had seen Virtua Fighter 1 and or 2 in the arcades when I was a little kid, or littler kid. Littler kid. Of course, I wasn't a kid by the time I was working at Monolith, or by the time it came out on Dreamcast. 3 came out on Dreamcast. Anyway, I don't remember if I'd seen 1 or 2 or both in the arcades at some point, but I don't remember ever seeing 3 specifically. So 3 came out and it had some hype on the box and everything. I was kind of hyped up. Virtua Fighter, man, I finally have a Virtua Fighter game at home. This is amazing. Because I remember seeing it as this thing of awe in the arcade when it first came out. Jeez, I got another. Now that's a different kind of chest, so what does that mean? Is that an actual clothing item? Whereas those red rounded treasure chests were more like you just unlocked something? You know, so excited right now. So I was hyped. I was hyped for Virtua Fighter 3. I had it in my little hands. I got it home, popped it in the Dreamcast, and it just looked, you know, I'm watching like the opening intro, I think, was maybe some characters fighting on the Great Wall of China stage or something like that, or maybe that's just the first place arcade mode went or something, but that's what I really remember. These characters on the Great Wall of China. And I didn't mind like the uneven stages and stuff, that was probably fine, but the characters moved really stiffly, much more stiffly. I mean, I had just seen, you know, my first view of the Dreamcast was Soul Calibur, and that just looked mind-blowing compared to anything I'd seen in the arcades or on home consoles. I didn't have home consoles, but I had seen like I'm sure I had seen a PlayStation something or other running, well, maybe in Toys R Us. I don't know if I had friends who even had any of the 32-bit consoles. I know I didn't know anybody who ever had a Saturn back in the day. Oh, I'm not paying attention, I'm losing now. Well, I don't care. Talking about Virtua Fighter, baby. I mean, I wasn't trying to lose, I just wasn't totally paying attention. So if you were looking for great gameplay at the moment, well, you came to the wrong place, but also I'm doing worse than usual. Like, I'm excited now just talking about... Anyway, so Virtua Fighter 3, I was super excited, and then it was just stiff characters. The controls felt really stiff, I seem to recall. Of course, I did get various arcade sticks for the Dreamcast, but none of them were very good back then. And in fact, the best thing I have now is a Brook adapter for my my PS3, PS4 Hori Real Arcade Pro 5, and that works great. There's no input lag, etc. So if you want to play with a good like PS3 or PS4 stick on a, maybe it just works with a PS3 stick, I don't know, on a Dreamcast, Brook adapter is the way to go, but they are kind of fragile. There's a really, for some reason, the Dreamcast model, not the other ones I have, like PlayStation and Neo Geo. The Dreamcast one has a really thin, a really weak cord that goes into or comes out of the thing you plug things into from the Dreamcast. I don't know, but it's easy to rip. And it doesn't stop the thing from functioning, but it's got this partially exposed wire then, and that made me nervous. And I went through a couple with them. I did get in touch with Brook, and they sent me a replacement. But it was still, you know, it was just as fragile. I had to be careful with it. And they did say they'd taken my feedback, you know, they'd gotten my feedback about the problem I sent them photos and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they probably haven't been able to fix it or anything. I mean, just in terms of, you know, they would have to re-engineer the wiring casing a little bit. And the wiring is unlikely to do that. They probably don't sell a whole bunch of Dreamcast to PlayStation controller adapters. Or is it the other? I always forget which way you said. Oh man, Lazy Akira. Well, Akira in this game is pretty brutal compared to like 5. I always have trouble with Akira in this game, especially. At least as far as the later Virtua Fighter games go. Holy smokes! I do like his I guess it's the default, the black and purple is pretty sweet. At least he's big. I was talking about Virtua Fighter 3. So, yeah, so it felt bad, it looked pretty bad. Just the colors were gray, and now that I've seen it in recent footage, like the background scenery, oh man, I was trying to fill in, was low resolution, and it just had all kinds of problems. It wasn't the port to Dreamcast for Virtua Fighter 3 was not done by Sega themselves, which obviously did not work very well. I don't remember the name of the company that did it, but probably a reason why their name isn't. It's not a name I really recognize. Wasn't it? No, I'm not going to slander names, but I don't think it was particularly a name that's still around. I'm getting smoked. I'm almost done with my recollection here, though. So, Virtua Fighter 3 was kind of a big disappointment. I didn't keep trying to play it, but as far as I recall and know now, actually I don't recall anything much about the menu, but I'm pretty sure pretty much the only mode it has is versus an arcade. Anyway. And I probably would be tempted to get it anyhow, even though I generally can't stand just playing arcade modes over and over. But there's a stage in 3. Wow. There's a stage in 3. That guy's got a cool color. I say as I admire his barf. I just kicks the snot out of me. There's a stage in 3 where you're up on like just a level of a skyscraper that's girders or something, and it's got all these little flickering lights at the intersections of the girders, it looks like, and I don't like flickering lights, so if you have to go through that stage to get through arcade mode, then, oh man, I thought I would be able to mash that one out. Then that's not a game I'm really going to be wanting to play through even once. So that's my excuse for not getting it for Dreamcast. I'm sure it's cheap, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like it has neat stuff in it. Some of the stuff they did with, of course, Taka is in it, and all these weird uneven stages. But I mean, it does have a 4th button, which I don't know that I would be a big fan of. They added the 4th button for evades, and they didn't move that into being on the other buttons until this game. But the arcade Virtua Fighter 3 does look quite a bit better than the Dreamcast version, fortunately, just in terms of graphics. Oh man. There's a guy on YouTube, Oneida, I think his name is. He's also on the VirtuaFighter.com site forum. He seems pretty cool. He's a huge fan of Virtua Fighter 3. Check out some of his stuff. It's ONEIDA or something is his user handle. If you search for Virtua Fighter 3 stuff, you'll probably find his stuff. There aren't too many people evangelizing Virtua. Although, actually, I shouldn't say that because, oh geez, I should pay attention. I almost had her for the 2nd round in a row. Actually, Virtua Fighter 3 is the, as far as I know, the only other Virtua Fighter game besides the, the latest one, Virtua Fighter 4 5 Final Showdown, that actually has like an active scene in Japan. Oh wow. She's making me discover new moves just to get around her stupid grab thing. Take that, grabby. I'm just gonna keep grabbing you if you keep grabbing me. Bust you through the wall, baby. Oh, Senorita again, right? I guess she got out of the hospital after the last time we fought. But now she's laying her on me. Yeah, stop it! Oh, it didn't work that time. I couldn't grab her. No! Oh, she switched to her fast martial art. Or Muay Thai. I guess it's still Muay Thai. They didn't take it away and give it to Brad. Uh-oh, she beat me with her Muay Thai. Let's see, I guess I exhausted the Virtua Fighter 3 topic, didn't I? I lost track anyway. I should probably get back to trying to pay attention to what I'm doing so this doesn't look quite as bad. Oh, well, so... Oh, I found another thing to jabber on about. Wow! Turbo Pie, you just turbo launched. Dang it, I don't have turbo moves. I'm gonna keep up with this chick. Oh! Shh. A certain lack of finishing prowess with my Lei-Fei. I don't know enough moves in enough situations to get that final blow in. Oh, that was cool. Oh, there's something. Oh, she floated me. Ooh, watch it. Oh, shoot. Ha! Oh, no, don't blow it. Don't blow it. Oh, shoot. So yeah, so 3 I did not get into, so then I did get a PS2 at some point because I was getting into all the console action and, well, not all of it, but PS2 anyway, and Virtua Fighter 4 came along and I was somewhat excited, or interested anyway, to see what was going on with Virtua Fighter nowadays, at the time, and it was kind of mind-blowing. It had so many weird modes. I mean, Kumite mode, what other fighting game would have that, really? And, she kept blowing me up at exactly the wrong time. And the whole thing with training AI and everything, I mean, I guess people have said that was not all that useful, but I thought it was sweet. Super sweet. And admittedly, I did get scared about using rank in Kumite and ended up just training AIs.
Fight one. Ready, go!
Oh, it's not a ranking match for me, it's a ranking match for her. I'm probably far away from a ranking match now. I've been losing so much. The game is like, never give that man a rank again. He has embarrassed the chamber of ranks. He made us look like dopes. Giving him all those quick rank ups. Now we can't take this Dan away from him. He's in the club, making mockeries of us. Oh, now Chun Yan's here with her crazy Chinese name, trying to get into my club. I don't think so. mean, you could fake your way in like me, maybe. And this stage looks so cool. They did a really good job with this one. I should go, there is at least one video, I'm sure more than that, of, you know, the arcade version of 4, you know, running on an actual arcade machine or arcade board on YouTube. I should remind myself, because the actual Virtua Fighter games, like, you know, this is a PS2 game, so it's like 480i resolution, if that, and like they had no anti-aliasing in this one. They did, in Evolution, they got some anti-aliasing going, so it doesn't so blocky, but oh. Yo, these polys don't float. Oh, they'll just fall down though. But yeah, the actual arcade Virtua Fighter games, even back to Virtua Fighter 1, with fairly high resolution. Like the Virtua 1 style backgrounds in Virtua Fighter 10th Anniversary on the extras section of, or the special section of Virtua Fighter 10th Anniversary on PS2, it kind of apes the Virtua Fighter 1 stages and backgrounds, but the background graphics are really low. They're like, you know, low PS2 resolution. And if you look at footage of an actual VF1 machine running, the backgrounds are way higher resolution, even though, you know, it's from '94 or whatever. And then they just kept their games pretty high resolution, so like 4 is surprisingly high resolution if you're used to what the PS2 versions look like. And actually there were, I think it was, well, at least 3. I think it was just 3 total. Ooh, that's not good. I thought I was doing alright against you, but at this round, but I was not. There's like, they're in the arcade. I think there were 3 versions of 4. There was, you know, the first one, just Virtua Fighter 4. Then Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution, which also came to the PS2. And took away the AI modes, which bummed me out. And then added the flashing light effect when people get hit, which you can't turn off. Which you can turn off in this one, so that was a letdown too. It did expand on Kumite mode with Quest mode, which has its ups and downs, and the graphics were smoother. And it added 2 characters. But I really didn't play... I guess I was pretty much done. I played it a little bit, I remember. But I didn't really get into it like I had with 4. I'm talking about Evolution, 4 Evolution. Didn't really get obsessed with it like I had, especially with the AI mode in 4. So like, as far as actually playing myself, I never got particularly far at that. So yeah, I never really got into 4 Evolution a whole lot. You know, it seemed like, I guess from my point of view, it seemed, you know, like they took away some modes from 4, and they sort of made some of the modes a little fancier. Like the Kumite became Quest mode, and it got a lot more complicated. And they added 2 characters, and I wasn't too sure about Brad and Go at the time. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was just sort of a defensive reaction, like, well, these aren't the characters that I remember. I've sort of since come to appreciate Brad and Go. I mean, one reason I could have resented Brad, of course, was because he took Muay Thai style from Vanessa. And she had been a Muay Thai practitioner. Half of her that was one of her 2 martial arts was Muay Thai, and then they just took that and gave it to Brad and replaced Vanessa's Muay Thai with some kind of generic-y speed style. I don't know. It was dumb. And then the other thing, then they took away Vanessa's streamlined default outfit and gave her this saggy military camo outfit, which looked a lot like her sub costume. That sucked. But I think what I minded more was that they started bleaching out her skin, so they were bleaching her skin out. What can you say? It was weird. So they were kind of messing with Vanessa, and Vanessa had been like, she was the first character I really sat down and was like, I'm gonna play this character. She looks awesome. And of course, I'd never seen her before in the early Virtua Fighter games in the arcade. Or in 3 for that matter, but I only looked at 3 for like 10 minutes, so I don't know if I would have known that. But
Fight 4. Ready.
Vanessa was cool, and they made her a little less cool in Evolution. So I was kind of turned off, I suppose, by Evolution for all these little reasons I had from liking 4 so much. No, there's reasons I like Evolution, but it's just not for me, especially with the flashing effect these days with my stupid eyeballs freaking out at lights shining into them. So yeah, 4 is still my, when I think of warm fuzzy Virtua Fighters, this would be my warm fuzzy. So when I see something new in it that I haven't seen, or at least don't remember seeing, like that crazy Lau bobble-head mask, I mean, jeez, that was, I don't know what to do with myself. I'm so excited about that. Shoot, hesitated, and was lost. I don't know what kind of losing streak I'm on now, but it's getting, well, it's already ugly. I don't care though, I'm just having fun. Can't lose this rank. I may never go up in rank. It's okay. I'm fighting the king, he's only second Dan, so see, I don't have to feel bad. First Dan's 1 below the king. Side throw, baby! Take that, kingy! I gotta figure out some kind of approach move. I'm definitely lacking a little in like a way to close the distance. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have a problem. Oh no! Oh Jesus! Wow. Well, the king knew how to shut that down. Nice. So yeah, it's not like I ever actually got good at 4 or anything. Like Vanessa, I played her, she was the most I played of anybody, I think, but I didn't get, I remember I was playing her in Kumite, but I didn't get that far, and then I got freaked out, I would lose my rank, so I didn't want to play anymore. But I'm not even sure now I got past first Dan with her, where you would actually lose rank, but I wouldn't have known that. I thought I remembered something about a 4th Dan, but that might have been my AI Vanessa who got up to 4th Dan, I don't remember. And I'm trying to remember if there was any other character I played, at least as much as I played Vanessa, which, you know, still in the scheme of things, as far as most players would be concerned, wasn't much. But I was also a huge dilettante as far as what games I was playing back then. I was just getting a ridiculous number of games in my what little spare time I had, and then just sort of filing them away for the most part. So it was actually pretty rare that I got into actually keeping a game in and doing stuff with it like I did even just with the AI mode in 4. But there was something about it I just thought was cool. You gotta love this music too. The music is so, just makes you want to keep fighting. I didn't know about this. I don't think I ever looked up the game too much on GameFAQs back then, even if the facts were prepared that early on. So I did not know about the VF1 models that you could unlock, I don't think. Because it doesn't tell you. You have to go look at the status screen and it'll tell you. And then it won't tell you how to access them, which is holding punch and kick after selecting your character on the character select screen. And then you can't... It seemed that if I was holding start to switch to the sub costume, that would block the punch and kick code for the VF1 costume. Dang it, I was doing so well and just ran out of steam on our little back and forth. Nice headdress. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't get any additional juggles on that. She was like 20 feet up in the air. Oh! Oh no, nice move. Now I'm getting rocked again. Getting rocked. Oh, where am I going? Long way, turn around. I have no more real excuse for being distracted by telling stories, so I should start concentrating. But probably what I'll have to do before I really play Lei-Fei again here, oh, this stupid stage, is go through his command training. Not that I know if I'll really retain a whole lot of that. Well, I know I won't, but at least you might learn one or two things, you never know. Lazy and Kira. How did I pop up to my feet? Is that something he did? It hit me in a way that caused me to... That was weird. That sucks. I need to learn some new moves, definitely. But a lot of times against the Kira, it does help if you can stop freaking out a bit and just let him come to a stop and then throw him. Sometimes that works. Oh, that did not go anywhere. Oh, that had surprising range, but he teched it. Dang it, of course he staggered me and I was not prepared to de-stagger and... My stance has failed. Oh no! Oh god, he's doing all the elbows and the... Oh, he did not want to let me win. Oh boy. Yeah, command training is probably overdue. I think I've... For now, at least, this is definitely about as far as I'm likely to get flailing around. Now, I could concentrate a little more and try to proceed in a less spastic... I shouldn't say spastic. In a less random and mashy fashion. And I would undoubtedly do a good deal better. For some reason, I'm kind of still excited. And I can't stop and think. Owie. It's tempting just to blame Lei-Fei's crazy nature. How he moves anyway. But of course that's just a stupid excuse and I should learn to have some... Oh no! Some discipline. Ooh! Finally squeaked out a close one instead of not. But, well, if I get one more I'll be happy. Oh! Oh my! Oh god! Wow! Nope, they turned it on. Shoot, I was just gonna check everything, huh? I won! 6 to M too, so there you go. Finally got a win. There. Just have to concentrate a little. Now I'm trying to find a way not to have to go do command training next time, because that sounds like work. Maybe all I need to do is just knuckle down with my 3 moves. Now, I did say they took that costume away from her in 4 Evolution and gave her this baggy camo thing. But Vanessa, do you really think that's gonna keep you warm out here in the snow? I mean, more power to you if it does. Oh, she's tricky. I'll just try 3 times to throw. Oh, I'm in trouble. You know, I should probably get some downed attacks going. That might be a good idea. Oh, like that. Shucks. Oh. Jeez. Jeez. Oof. Got some weird stuff that time. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, that's one thing with Lei-Fei. Like, you can kind of swizzle the stick around sometimes and get different stuff, but to actually use it in a match, not so easy. Like, that's what I did to train my Lei-Fei, is I just had to find all his crazy moves, and I found most of them. Like, flailing stick around different ways, left and right and up and down and circles, and but as for actually fighting that way, not so great. And Vanessa's gonna be that way for me too, I'm sure. So, you know, these two characters that they added for this game, they definitely made, they're just like, guys, we're Virtua Fighter, we're gonna make this stuff super technical. It's gonna blow people's minds with how much precision and detail there is. Yeah, I mean, it's just pretty impressive what they did with these characters, really. I mean, what other characters? Well, see, I didn't play that many other 3D fighting games of the day, so I mean, I guess I played Soul Calibur, but that's certainly didn't really have compared on a technical level, as far as I can remember. I don't remember anything this detailed in Soul Calibur. There were a lot of little, you know, do lots of little combinations of strikes and stuff, but I think it got this. I mean, Ivy had that long whip chain thing, which could do some stuff, but I guess realistically, I don't. And the only Soul Calibur I really played anything of was 1. I remember I think I owned 2, but I didn't like. They just seemed to go in a slightly different stylistic direction, or just the effects were maybe louder, you know. I don't know, something about it I didn't like as much as the first one, and that was about all the Soul Calibur I needed. I felt like, and I never got into Tekken. I think I rented probably the first Tekken tag tournament once, but that's quite a different thing than regular Tekken, I think. I don't know, is it? I don't know much about either one. I've watched some tournament footage of Tekken 7. That's kind of the most I've seen of the whole series, really. So if Tekken has stuff comparable to the, especially Tekkens of the time, of the control and depth of moveless in this game. Now, is this for me or is this for the other character? I bet it's for the other character. Demotion! No! Bald Eagle again, too! Well, if we can avoid demotion, I mean, you know, part of me says, well, heck, if this game's gonna threaten to demote me, then friggin' demote me. I'm just playing around, I don't care. I don't want to live with that kind of stress, like, oh no, can't get demoted. See, because that's the thing that made me stop wanting to play back in the day, stop wanting to play Kumite mode. So it's like, well, I haven't played the game for a while, I don't really remember what I'm doing. If I just go back in there at, you know, whatever rank I'm at, I won't be fighting at that same level I was when I put it down last time, because I'll be rusty at best, so I'll just probably lose rank, so I don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man, he had my number that time. That stance looming over me like a friggin' vulture, Bald Eagle. Not gonna let you do it this time. Oh, oh! I'm not sure how I did that. Uh-oh. Whew, there we go. I did not lose my rank. Oh, great. So is every fight gonna be, well, because he was my rank, so there is something about, I think, about fighting characters your rank, so hopefully not every battle I fight will be a demotion battle. Okay, well, I have to stop soon. What time is it? Mr. Ring Out. Yeah, I do have to stop, but... Okay, I was not quite back from looking at my clock, and I was totally out of it. Wrong buttons, come on. Get back on track here. Oh no. No, let go. Ow, ow. Ow, shaking the stick didn't seem to help. Oh, no, I kept shaking it and flew up in the air like a bozo. Okay, he suckered me into his game that time. Now we're not going to play that anymore. We're going to play my game, Mr. Ring Out. Say hello to the fence. Say hello to my foot. Yeah! Whoa, background's freaking out. Clipping. Or fizzing out. Oh no, now we're back to playing his game. No, it's his game again. see me fling that snow at him with my foot? No, I hesitated. I especially don't want to hesitate against Wolf. He at least didn't grab me.
4, ready, go!
Oh, I tried to grab him. Oh, man. Nah. Well, nighty night from Mr. Wolf.
Feel the real power? Go back to school.
Oh, well, that's a good place to... I mean, you know, normally I like to end on a win, but then you have to quit on the next match, so just let it time out as I meditate in the snow, ponder over my low poly existence. I'm a real Virtua Fighter. That got pretty bad, but I was so excited. Now, did I get an actual item of some kind before I started that huge losing streak? My neighbors were excited by me excitedly telling stories about old Virtua Fighters. Oh, okay. Western Travel hat, steel bracelet. Gotta fix those 1P colors at some point, I guess. Okay. I can't rotate the view because I don't have an analog stick, I just have my arcade stick. I don't know about that. That makes me kind of look like a dork. I mean, putting a little dunce cap like that on this magnificent bald head? Nah. We don't need that. Here's another thing. So I already have a big... Oh, that's kind of bright anyway. Okay. I still got those things. Well, I guess that's alright. Now I've unlocked any other colors? No. No, just those two stills. At least that's all there is, probably. I mean, not that I didn't go up in rank any since the last time anyway, so yeah, I haven't unlocked anything. Nope. My win ratio went way down. That's fine. Who cares? So there you go, some of the ups and downs with Lei-Fei and Kumite, my goofy gabbering stories about how I didn't play Virtua Fighter 3 and how I got excited about Virtua Fighter 4. We did see that one magnificent baby Lau bobble-head, so is that ever gonna be something I can actually win? I don't know. It just seems so far out. Like, is that even real? It was just a glitch. Jeez. What was that guy's name? Oh, something kind of badass? I don't remember. Well, anyway, fun, mysterious, beguiling adventures in Kumite mode with Lei-Fei. So due up next is Virtua Fighter 5 Quest mode with Lei-Fei. We'll see what that's like. I suspect I won't have this feeling that I'm sort of getting caught as I try to scoot forward from my stance or something. I mean, there was a little... I wouldn't say it's clunkiness because it all seems... Once you get used to him, it feels kind of like it fits together, but I would anticipate he'll move a little more smoothly overall in 5. But we'll see. I'm sure he'll have lots of fancy new moves. And lots of other clothing items you can win or acquire or buy or whatever. It gets a little more complicated in quest mode. But that's what we'll be doing next time on PS3. This was on PS2. Virtua Fighter 4, Lei-Fei, Kumite. Got up to first Dan, so that was actually surprising how fast that went in one session. It's the fastest I've gone so far. And then we hit a brick wall, but that's fine. I got a little excited and got to tell some stories. And got the Virtua Fighter 1 model, so that's, you know, what further ambition do I have? I don't know. Anyway, I had fun, I think overall I would say, yeah, definitely. And I hope you enjoyed this a little bit, and maybe you'll come back and see some more of my videos at some point. Maybe you won't. If not, bon voyage to you, sir or madam. Perhaps we shall pass again in the night, like 2 crazy ships on YouTube? I don't know. Anyway, see you later.